Hi Phil, I've decided to do a quick video to answer some of the questions that you had in the Word document you put on Dropbox. So let's get started. So question number one, how do you move an entire table? Well, let's do this file, for example, schedule. I'll load it up. So what you see here is basically a table that I built. It's not as much a table as it is just text boxes, and I made them in text boxes mainly so that you could edit them fairly easily. Um, So what you probably have encountered in the past is trying to move an entire table and next thing you know the white box in behind gets moved around or something else does. So each of these are layers. If you right click, you can click lock and unlock. See, I just unlocked that. Normally I try to keep the white layers in behind locked so that they're not moved. So I'm going to lock that back again. You can then click and drag your cursor around everything and then you can move it. You could also copy it and paste it into other windows too. So that's how you do that part. The next question is how can you uh, move the schedule page? I think I've already done that. If I haven't, let me know. Um, there's a way to duplicate a tab to recreate color. I'm assuming you're talking about the drop downs when you're saying tabs. So let's go back to the grasshoppers. We'll go into, let's go into this one because it's a little easier. There's not as many drop downs here and I can show you fairly easily. I'm going to bring over one of my windows here so you can kind of see this as it pops up. Under About Us we have English, French, Parent. So if you click on one of these, click again. When you click once it selects the entire drop down. You click again, it'll select the individual. If you go under, where am I looking here? States. So here under states, this tells you what state each of the sections should be under. So if you see here, you see normal, rollover, mouse down, and active. Right now, we're set to normal, which is the orangey yellow color. Rollover is white. Mouse down will be white, and active will be. Normally, I try to keep active to be the same color as the orange. So if we want to change that, we go up under Fill, Color. I'm going to use my drop down, or sorry, use my eyedropper. I'll roll over the orangey color, and if you notice down here, it changed. That's how you would change that. So that'd be for active. I normally try to keep them like that. It's totally up to you. You can change them if you like. I also like to have this font to be the green color and in bold. So we're going to highlight. Maybe I can't highlight, maybe we'll just change them here. Bold it. That's not working either. Let's see what's going on here. Double select on it. Bold. Change our color to, I'm going to use the eyedropper. I'm going to take it up here. It's a little light. I don't exactly remember what the last color was that I used, but I think it was something more like that. So that's how you do that part. The next question is there a better view for the Taekwondo master file? Let's go to the master file. When you say a better view, do you mean a better layout? Maybe we should discuss this because I'm not quite sure what you're asking me here. Alumni page. How can I create tabs to have this better laid out? go to alumni. So you're probably asking me, how do we set this up so that just doesn't look like a long list? We could put them in some sort of a, there's an accordion drop-down feature where you could basically see, but the problem is that you have so many categories here. You've got second Dan, we've got fourth Dan, first Dan. We could maybe break them down that way and have different tabs. Let me just go to the widget library and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Is it under panels? Yes, accordion. So you could have something like this, where you have, I'll preview it and I'll show you what I mean. So in these names we could have second Dan, first Dan, first Poom. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing this properly. But you could have those in the gray areas, and then when you click on them, it brings up the list of names. That might actually work fairly well. So let me know if you want me to do that. That would actually be a neat little setup, I think. Next question. Aligning text and auto-align. Well, you've kind of been doing that, I see, over here in the notice area. You've been aligning things, and that's basically just by using your text section here. You can align left line, center line, bold, underline, italic, and these here are the areas where you can basically set spacing on the left and on the right and on the top. I'd say just play with those, and I'm sure you'll get the result you're looking for. Google Calendar. Well, Google Calendar, you would have to log in with your Google account, and it's as easy as basically setting up a calendar, adding items to your calendar, and as soon as you do it from within the Google site, it automatically updates on the website. I'll do another video regarding Google Calendar. Next question, how do I get a hyperlink to a document, like on the After School tab, to open in a new screen? So to have items open in a new screen, I'm just going to go back to another page that has some hyperlinks on it. I think this one does. Yeah, so you have the student vocabulary sheets and the meanings and things like that. So if you highlight one of these items, up here, if you look along the top, you can type in a link, as I see you've done, and if you want them to open them in a new page, under hyperlinks, you click open this link in a new window. Okay. How do you change the color of a hyperlink? Well, I've noticed that some of your hyperlinks have been white, and I did that for a couple of pages, and I'm realizing that's probably not the best for most. That also is fixed under the States section. So if you click on States, this is set to a hyperlink. What that's telling me is that the style sheet is set to be one way, and if I change it now, it'll change it throughout the whole site. That's something you and I will have to talk about, so we can figure out what is the best color to have for each of these different kinds of hyperlinks. Some you may want to have white, some you may want to have green. We'll have to set up different styles for each of those sections. you're still unable to add tables. Well, like I said, to create a table, it's not as much creating a table as you are creating text boxes. I'm going to show you really quickly, and I'll delete it when I'm done, how I created tables. So up here in the text tool, I'm clicking text tool, and I'm just drawing a square. Why isn't it not working? Let's try this again. Oh, because I am in a text box. That is why. I'm going to go down below here. If I've already created, all these white boxes that I've created, the large ones, they are already text boxes because you're typing text inside them. If you were going to create a table on top of white, I would basically make the white area not a text box. I'd just make it a shape using this tool up here, and then I would put the text boxes on top of it. But I'll quickly show you that. So I'm going to create a shape. Doesn't matter how big it is. I'm going to delete it when I'm done. I'm going to round my corners. So now that's round. I'm going to set my opacity. I think I was setting it to maybe 90. Might have been 80. I'm not quite sure. So this is not a text box. This is actually a shape. I'm going to lock it. And now I'm going to create my text tool. Then I'm going to create a square. And depends on the style that you want. Some of these you may want to have as white. Some you may want to have a little bit of a stroke up here. You can put a little bit of a 1 pixel stroke around it. So it's just a matter of copying. So you go edit, copy, edit, paste in place, and then move it over. Want to make another one? Edit, copy, paste in place. There, now you have 3. I can select them all now because I have my white area locked. That won't move. I'm going to copy it again. Paste in place. And then I'm going to use just my cursors on my keyboard to move them down and up. And you can space them the way you want them. You can make one bigger than the other. It doesn't really matter. But like I said, these are all text boxes now, so if you want to type inside them, you just click, you type. The best thing about using text boxes is that when you're using the content management tool by logging into the website, you have full access to change any text that are in these boxes. You can change the colors of these as well. Here's the fill. Color, make them gray. It's totally up to you how you want to do it, but I would leave it to me to change the colors because we want to keep all of these things consistent throughout the entire site. The calendar option not working in Google for important date page. Like I said, I'm going to do another video for you regarding calendar. How do I set a side margin or a tab on your computer? Oh, I think I understand that. So let me just delete these. Let's put a text box in here. So I'm going to put the word test. And if you want to do different kinds of tabs, they're up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to basically pick this manually. So you see that? That moved it over. You can also do it another way. If you want the whole paragraph to be over, use that option there. This one is for the top line. This one is for the entire paragraph. And you can change the settings just by playing with these areas here. I hope this video made sense. If it didn't, we'll be talking soon. Hope you're happy with what you've seen so far. But keep adding questions or sending me emails, and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Thanks.